introduce yourself.
Oh.
No, actually, you're live here. And let's shake your shaker. We're gonna chant a little bit. Okay?
Hare
We're gonna play a
Krishna.
little bit for a minute or two until people come in. Okay? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
That's me, Hare
Hare. Yeah?
Alexa Stonefellow.
All right.
Madhusudan Das.
River Yamuna, Madhu, and Melissa.
Right, that's good.
Hare Krishna, Janaki here. Guru Maharaj asked me to talk, and I don't know what I want to talk about. I've always struggled. I have always struggled with trust because of being cheated so much, like everyone else, I'm sure. But so my struggles with trust. But then when I see where I am and I see what it is that got me to where I am, I have to trust. Because I have to trust my own heart. A year ago at this time, I didn't know Srila Gaurahari 1 year ago. And I was going through so many changes in my life all at once. My life was just a certain way forever. And then one day it wasn't, nothing. So I've been clawing my way, trying to see where do I fit in, where do I go, where do I go from this point? For the past 4 years, this has been my calling card. I give this to everyone. And I used to look at it and pray to Lord Chaitanya, I just want to be one of these people in the back that's part of your Sankirtan. I just want to place me, let me be wherever this is happening, because that's what I want. And now I feel he's put me here because I'm doing exactly what I wanted, exactly what I asked for, just to be part of his Sankirtan movement, traveling and chanting, giving everyone the holy name. I prayed so deep that this is what I wanted. A month later, Meena, she's part of our Sangha. I hadn't seen her since 1981. 81, 82, we did some service together, and then we separated and never connected again. But she was a friend on Facebook, and she recommended that I watch this video. And due to my respect for her, I thought I'll watch it. And so I started to watch it. And then all of a sudden it made so much sense. It made so much sense. And because of believing that Lord Chaitanya was in control of my heart, my desires, I had to believe that he's the one that did this. So I would watch, and I would go out on distributing books door to door with a friend, Ganesh. He was a devotee I'd met in my town, and he and I were so into the original books, and we just wanted to distribute Prabhupada's original books. So first we did a book table for a while together, and then we decided let's just go door to door, and we just started doing that. We were just doing great, and then Krishna took him away from me. He relocated to another part in the country, so I lost my inspiration there with him and doing that activity, because I was inspired because of his association. But during that time I was going door to door and distributing books, I would watch Srila Gaurahari's video, and then I would go do that book table, or then I would go do the door to door. And Ganesh could see that I was inspired, that I was so enthusiastic. And so even though time separated us, still, he comes sometimes. So then in January, I went to, I came to India with a group of Vaidhi Bhaktis, which were my old friends for 40 years. And he's a guru. He's one of ISKCON's gurus. And I came with him and his group. And I left ISKCON back in 88, 89, when I just watched all the gurus fall one after the other. I just kept losing faith. And so I left and I became a Ritvik. And I grabbed that philosophy and practiced that. But practicing that 20 some years is all they do is fight, criticize. I never ever got one positive thing from any Ritvik. Ever. It was all about fighting ISKCON, fighting this, fighting that, fighting this. It was just a pissing fight that, So then when this happened, and I thought, oh, let me go back into ISKCON just to check it out, I could see that nothing had changed. Everything that I left for was still happening. So there goes all my trust and faith again. It's just, started with 11, a few went, oh, let's put a few more in, a few went, let's throw some more in, just stamp after stamp after stamp. So when I came back from India, I'm one of those ones. I've always chanted 16 rounds. Always, since before I moved into ISKCON over 40 years ago. I had faith, chanting those rounds, following the regs as best I could. And then in March, I continued watching Srila Gaurahari twice a day, whenever I could, wherever I was, whatever I could. I just had to hear, because I'm praying for the truth. I just want the truth. And Krishna brought me here. So if I don't accept and believe that Srila Gaurahari is my guru, then I don't have faith in Krishna, because I'm praying to Krishna. I prayed to him for the truth, just the truth. And I hear more truth here than anywhere. Prabhupada's books are fine. Like I read all Prabhupada's books except Caitanya-caritāmṛta because I'm such a neophyte, and I knew I was never be ready for the postgraduate, so I never read Caitanya-caritāmṛta. But now, due to Srila Gaurahari's association, I'm understanding it. Not only am I understanding it, I'm believing that this is still Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement, still happening right now. And I'm so fortunate to be able to be part of it. All I wanted to do is travel to every town and village and do Harinam Sankirtan. And that's what I'm doing by being with Srila Gaurahari. I struggle a lot because I still have a lot of material attachments to family, grandchildren, children, material comfort. But I'm realizing that what I'm getting here now is more valuable. More satisfying. I struggle with, I'm trying to develop a spiritual relationship, trying to understand what does it mean to have a spiritual association, because I've only ever had material, and I know where material relations, I know how they are because I've had many with many, I've been a mother, grandmother, friend, lover, wife, daughter. So I understand material relationships, but the relationship between a disciple and a spiritual master, because of my Vaidhi association for so long, I'm afraid of intimacy, of really giving my heart and myself. Because I don't know how. I've never had that spiritual connection. I've had spiritual masters before, but with the Vaidhi training, I just don't want to become familiar. I don't want to be offensive. So I kind of just stay in the back as much as I can and just be a sponge and try to take as much as I can. But I guess because I've taken so much, it was my turn to share, even though I didn't want to. But my association encouraged me to. And so Dasut and I had a little spat this morning. I said, I'm the most fortunate person in the world because I'm here. He says, no, he is. So our little argument was over feeling the most fortunate, but anyone who comes here is so fortunate. It's really the diamond. There's so many false, glassy, shiny things out there, but this is the real diamond. So when you have the real thing, you don't have a lot of takers, because we have those 4 defects, which in the Bhagavad-Gita it tells us about our 4 defects. The cheating propensity, we commit mistakes. We have imperfect senses. I forget the other one, but I have that one too. Do you remember it? If Freddie was here, we just lost electricity. Electricity's gone.
Freddie told you.
Freddie's not here. Freddie, tell me what that other one is. Imperfect senses, and no, that's just cheating. Anyway, probably has something to do with forgetting. But anyway, please just keep coming, regardless of what. If your heart, only you know your heart. We can look at other people and they look a certain way, they may act a certain way, they do a certain way. We may think they're a certain way, but only they know their own heart. Only you know your heart. And when you're within your heart, if you only want the truth and you really want to be shown the truth, you're tired of all the other stuff, you just really want the truth, and you find it, get more and more and more and more. And this is where it's at. It's all right here if you just stick it out. Just stick it out. I think it was maybe April, March, maybe April. Srila Gaurahari, because of my Vaidhi stuff, he said the F word and I just lost it. I'm like, I'm done. But then it's hard to not come back. And then when he explained, it's just a word. And a word means something different to everyone. That word, you might think it means this, and someone else might think it means something else. It's a language barrier, which we all have. Imperfect senses. That's the other one. So if you just keep coming back and hear more, you know your heart's desire. And when Krishna is giving you something, take it. He's giving it to you, you take it. I used to hear Krishna doesn't really care what it is we're giving. It's what are we hiding behind our back is what he wants. He wants what's behind our backs, not what we're presenting. I get so much support here with all the devotees. And I found friendship in the material world, even with your closest friends, you don't really you give them something, but it's not always your real self. Where here we're taught to just be who you are, just be real, be who you are. This is who you are, not what you want other people to think you are. You are who you are. And only you know your heart. So if your heart is for Krishna, for Radha, for really freeing yourself from all this material illusion, attachments. He'll do that. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he do it? We just have to ask and want it more than anything else. And slowly or quickly, Johan, quick, it goes. That was a huge stretch for me. Thank you so much for listening.
Don't turn it off. You haven't finished yet.
Yes, I have.
What are you going to do now?
What am I going to do now? I'm going to stay here and try to, I'm going to stay here and continue on this path.
Why?
And because I have to stop living here and start living here. All the knowledge, everything I've acquired, everything I know, it's material. It's only the heart. Your heart relationship with Krishna, which you get through Guru, who is Srila Gaurahari. If you're praying for the truth, and Krishna brought you here to this place with these devotees, this is where you belong. This is where you belong. You can try to fit in out there, but you won't. I've been an outcast my whole life because I joined ISKCON right after Prabhupada left. So I missed getting initiated by Prabhupada. So I know what it's like to be an outsider because the Prabhupada disciples are a club. It's a club. It's part of the good boys club, just like everything else material. So I know what it's like to be on the outside. And I live that, but I don't want to be on the outside here. This is, I think I told Mary, Mother Sachi, I don't know if she's here, but I was talking with her, text messaging her, and I said, oh, we heard the story of Govardhan Hill, and I had this vision that Srila Gaurahari just put up this umbrella, and he's holding this umbrella, and we're running under to get shelter from the onslaught of the material energy. But he's the one holding it. He's holding the umbrella, and the rain's gonna come. It's all gonna come. Maybe it's sunny today, but it's coming. So just make sure we can squeeze under the umbrella, because it's only this big. Krishna can make it bigger like Govardhan, but only the close associates can get under that umbrella. And I just want to be a close associate. Thank you.
Is that you're finished? Janaki's decided that she's finished. I would just like to say, I'm Dashu Das, by the way, or Dashaleka, or Rangaleka, whichever you like. That was a fantastic effort by Janaki Devidasi there. Or Janaki Devidas. I've been trying to get her to do that for as long as I've known her, which is 2 or 3 months. And she just blossomed. She blossomed wonderfully under the skill of Srila Gaurahari Das. You know, it's all down to Srila Gaurahari Das. And that's all you can say, really. Because if you trust in Guru, you trust in the right Guru, and the right Guru is Srila Gaurahari Das, he's going to get you through. He's got me through, and he's going to get Janaki Devi Dasi through, because she wants it. This is the thing that is very apparent, that she wants Krishna consciousness. She wants it to be made as superb as possible. And she's getting all the feelings there. Everything's coming off. It's coming up right down to the wire. She get everything. She's a wonderful person, and she's made a beautiful speech tonight. And I'm sure it'll be it's the first of many, many good things that she's going to teach everybody. So thank you very much.
Srila Gaurahari just got a bigger umbrella. It's unlimited. Every time more comes, he just gets one bigger and bigger and bigger. So, but it's nice to be close, because if you've ever been in a situation when it rained, the ones closest in doesn't get wet. But when you're just stuck in at the very end, you usually get a little wet. So, but it's unlimited.
So everybody getting close to Gaurahari.
Getting close, as close as you can while he's here. Don't miss the boat. Again.
You're not going to miss it this time, are you?
I hope not.
Good. So Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.